Scotland is said to have some of the most concentrated land ownership in the developed world, with under 500 people owning half of the rural land in the country. Yet the Scottish Government has been actively addressing this by implementing land reform policies. One notable policy is the community right to buy, which has enabled communities to purchase certain Scottish islands. An example is the Isle of Gigha, which was sold in 2002 for £4 million to 98 islanders, following a successful community buyout from its millionaire owner. Now the power has shifted to the people. Join me as I spend the next few days exploring the community-owned Isle of Gigha. Arrived in a place which I believe is called Tayinloan. It's located on the Kintyre Peninsula on the west coast of Scotland, and this is where you catch the ferry over to the Isle of Gigha. And from this spot over to the island, it's 3 miles and the journey takes 20 minutes. You can either buy the tickets online in advance or you can buy the tickets on the ferry, which is what I'm going to do. The weather looks really nice this afternoon and tomorrow, and I actually waited until it was good weather before I decided to go to Gigha because the beaches look amazing and they always look so much better in the nice weather. Even though the ferry terminal is small, there are a few things. There's some toilets, there's a little cafe over there, and looks like there's a motorhome parking too, but I'm not sure if it's open. There are some cars parked here in the car park, and perhaps these cars belong to people who live on the island, so when they come back over to the mainland they can go and do their shopping and things like that, or perhaps people have gone over to the island as foot passengers or hire a bike when they go over there. So in 2022 this island was bought by the community, which is incredible really, and apparently it's gone from strength to strength since then, with population numbers increasing and new businesses on the island, which is really amazing. Many of the facilities on the island are owned by the Gigha Heritage Trust. On the Isle of Gigha I visited the community shop, which was owned by the community. There was a community buyout for that, but this is the first time I'm travelling to an entire island which is owned by the community, so I'm really excited to see what it's like. We're heading on, guys! Off we go! Woohoo! All the foot passengers are lined up ready to go. It looks quite a small ferry. I wonder if everyone can get on. I think there was about 9 vehicles. So on this ferry, it's a little bit different to the other ferries I've been on. You need to go into the office on the boat to pay. All the other ferries, they come to you with a card machine. So you just go in, and it was £22.50 for my return ticket, and he said as long as I come back within 6 months it's fine. So yeah, I don't know if I'll stay for 6 months. Let's see, it might be a really nice place. So where's the ticket? Yeah, 1 adult and 1 car. I was charged for. This vehicle was charged as a car. That's great. After arriving onto the island, I parked up and set off on foot to explore Ardmanish, which is the sole village on the Isle of Gigha. There is a school, a shop, a hotel, post office, a church, and an amazing seafood takeout place called the Nook. The town is also where the Gigha Heritage Trust office is based. When the Isle of Gigha was made available for sale in 2001, the local community was encouraged to acquire ownership of the island. On the 15th of March 2002, Gigha was officially transferred to the Isle of Gigha Heritage Trust, a date commemorated annually on the island as Gigha Day. The trust is managed by a board of volunteer directors. Chosen by the membership, these directors are responsible for developing the island's assets and advancing community plans and initiatives. To sustain ongoing development on the island, several subsidiary companies are established under the trust, generating revenue that aids the island's growth. I went to the Nook takeaway place in the nearby town and I ordered the smoked halibut bagel. So this halibut is from the island. Looks so good. Looks like there's is it creme fraiche? The halibut tastes a bit more meaty compared to how salmon would, I feel. That smoked halibut bagel was phenomenal, 10 out of 10. I was reading online about the halibut farm on the island here. So on Gigha, it's home to the only UK land-based halibut farm, and they live in the Atlantic waters there, and there's really great conditions for rearing the fish. But according to the owner at the Nook restaurant there, he told me that the halibut farm is closing down in a few weeks, so that's a shame. But I'm glad I got to try it today. There's lots of other yummy things on the menu though, so if you do come to Gigha and the halibut is no longer available, please try all the other things because they all look so good. From Ardmanish, you have the option to travel towards the northern or southern tip of the island. Gigha spans a length of 7 miles and measures 1.5 miles at its widest point. For those interested in cycling, bicycle rentals are conveniently located near the ferry terminal. I chose to explore the north end of the island first. The Gigha Heritage Trust has established a dark sky theatre on the north end of the island. They have also built numerous new walking and cycling trails that make exploring the island really easy. Here's the cup of blackberries. So some of you might not have seen blackberries before. I know they're not available in all countries, like in Japan, people don't really eat these. In Scotland there's loads of them just growing wild everywhere, and there's so many on this island, and there's loads more coming. And I've got a whole cup, so I'm going to have these for my breakfast tomorrow and the day after. All the sites around the island are well signposted, and I next went looking for a place called the Fisherman's Cave. I think I've just arrived here at the Fisherman's Cave. Let's go and have a look inside. At the beginning of the walk, it said that you can see carvings of the fishermen's names on the rocks, and they date back to the 1700s, and they ask you not to carve your own name. I'm not planning to do that, but yeah, fascinating. This is really cool. It's about a 20-minute walk from the main road, but definitely worth coming down, and you get to walk along some lovely beaches, and there's lovely views along the rocks, so recommend to come here and check it out. Bring your hiking boots though, it's a bit muddy. Heading down to the Twin Beaches. This apparently is one of the best beaches. There's 2 beaches at the top on the north end of Gigha, so I'm really excited. I've got my swimming stuff just in case I want to go in. Behind me in the distance you can also see the Paps of Jura. It's so clear today, it looks amazing, and it's so funny to think I was just over there a few days ago. So I made it to the Twin Beaches down here. It's absolutely amazing. It's really, really warm. I'm going to go in for a swim. Oh, that swim was so good. So refreshing. Such a nice place to come for the day. You can come over on the ferry in 20 minutes and spend the day here. And I think on Fridays the last ferry back is at 6:30. Heaven. So I made some oats and I've put the blackberries that I picked yesterday, so bon appetit. Hopefully no insects, no spiders are in the blackberries. Oh, really sour. They're good though. If you're travelling in Scotland in August, September time and you see some blackberries, definitely pick them and try them. I'm staying on the Isle of Gigha for 2 nights, and I'm staying at the campsite on the island. The campsite is owned by the community and it opened last year in August 2022. So it's got everything you need really. There's some spots with electric hookup, some without. There's an area for tents, there's a shower block, there's an area for doing dishes, there's toilets, and there's also a place where you can drop chemical toilet waste and also fill up your fresh water and drop your grey water. There's also a shed as well which has a fridge for people who don't have a fridge like me, and then there's also somewhere that you can charge all your electronics if you don't have the ability to charge anything. It's got a lovely view as well. It's looking right over the water, and it's within walking distance to the town, so if you wanted to go for dinner or pick up some things at the shop, it's really easy to walk over there. On the Isle of Gigha there is a dairy farm producing milk and ice cream, so I started my day by heading there. So I'm here at the Wee Isle Dairy, and this is the famous ice cream from the island. I got 2 flavours I've never tried before. We have bramble and peat, which is really interesting, and then marmalade. I don't actually like marmalade generally, but I wanted to try the ice cream to see if it tastes different, so let's try the bramble and peat. Wow. Peat ice cream. I've never heard of that before. It reminds me of the Isle of whiskey. Let's Let's try the marmalade. Tastes just like marmalade, but creamy because of the ice cream. It's good, better than real marmalade. My favourite is the bramble and peat though. It's sweeter. The marmalade is more kind of like sharp because of the marmalade taste. So there's an honesty cake box and they have lots of yummy things. Rocky Road, tablet and shortbread. There's also some hats down there, and then looks like the loaves are sold out. So this is from Scotland. It's like a very sweet version of fudge, so I'll get one of these to try. Gigha has seen positive changes since the community took over. The island still looks just as beautiful, but facilities and infrastructure have steadily improved. New award-winning housing has been built and existing houses have been renovated as part of an ongoing investment programme. The Gigha Trust also sold land so people could build homes, which helped both locals and newcomers. The population has also increased, with now over 170 people living on Gigha. There are also more children on the school roll, which is a good sign for the future. Next, I'll explore the south end of the island. So, me and the tablet have reached the south of the island. So this is the traditional Scottish tablet. Have you tried it before? Please let me know. The best way to describe it is, well, the ingredients are sugar, condensed milk, butter, whole milk and vanilla extract. So it's very, very sweet, full of sugar. Okay, here is the tablet. So there, yeah, you just need a little bit. If you eat too much, you'll feel sick. It's very, very sweet and quite sickly. Does anyone know if otters like tablet? Maybe I can entice them. Paddleboarding is so popular these days. A lot of people are doing stand-up paddleboarding. I even saw in Tesco, when I was in Shetland, they were selling the paddleboards, inflatable ones. I'm sitting here in the beautiful Accamore Gardens. It's absolutely stunning. It's so peaceful. I think I'm the only person here. It's quite late in the afternoon, but the flowers and the plants are just incredible, and there's so many bees everywhere. Accamore Gardens is one of the most renowned attractions here on the Isle of Gigha, and it has a fascinating history. Before the community buyout in 2002, the island had many different owners. The Scarlett family purchased the Isle of Gigha in the 19th century and built Accamore House and these gardens, and they planted hybrid rhododendrons. In 1944, Colonel St James Horlick from the malted drink family, he purchased Accamore House and he worked with a garden designer to enhance the gardens even more and added in a lot of exotic and interesting plants from all over the globe. Since the community buyout in 2002, the islanders have taken over the management of this garden. The gardens do really well because the climate here on Gigha is quite mild due to the Gulf Stream influence, and there's also walls around the garden too. Let's go and explore more. Look what I found! I was just walking around the gardens and it looks like a bamboo maze. Are we in Japan or Scotland? This is so cool! Let's go inside and have a look. Wow, this is so exciting. Wow, I think this is my favourite thing on the whole of the Isle of Gigha. I don't know why, I just love it. We're almost out. Yeah, we're out the end. I could spend hours here. There's so much to see. All the amazing flowers. Apparently there's a really nice viewpoint here at the garden, so I'm just about to arrive there now. Wow! Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful! So, what's really amazing here is all the woodland area. There's so many amazing trees. Oh, it's so peaceful here. It's so nice. So I was just heading back to the van and you won't believe it. I finally saw an otter. Look. To finish off my time on Gigha, I headed to the famous Boathouse restaurant located near the campsite. The Boathouse is known for its fresh seafood and its stunning location. It's possible to arrive on Gigha by sailboat, and there were many boats docked in the marina. I ordered the boathouse bunny chow, which seems to be a dish inspired from South Africa. It was basically a ciabatta filled with seafood curry with banana chutney on the side. It was fantastic to enjoy my meal outside with the amazing views. I've loved my time on the community-owned Isle of Gigha. The community buyout is an inspiring example of how local residents can unite to protect their land, culture and way of life by owning and managing it together. Gigha is undeniably the most welcoming among the Scottish islands I've explored. It's evident that life and projects here are driven by the common good, like the new walking trails, community-owned campsite and boat moorings, and the Dark Sky Theatre. My visit to this island has shown me that community-led efforts can bring about positive results for both people and the environment. Thank you for watching this video, and if you'd like to see more of my adventures exploring Scotland, please subscribe to the channel. See you next time!